Welcome troops, welcome back to the Litanah army. I'm Lit and this is Fortnite Save the World, and what I want to check out today is how to farm gold, or how to get loads of gold so you can buy all the cool stuff in the event store. Now there's tons of great stuff in the event store. I was watching a White Sushi guide and I'm sure he was saying somewhere along the lines that it costs about 20,000 gold or something along those lines to buy everything in the actual store. Might be more than that, might be less. If you know, let me know down below. But before we do get started, one thing I do want you to comment on is let me know your favourite hero and your favourite weapon. Now they don't have to match. I mean, you might really be a fan of Ranger Deadeye, for example, but then really like the Obliterator, so it doesn't have to actually match. But let me know in the comments down below which your favourite hero is and what's your favourite weapon in the game. But without further ado, let's go and look at 3 different ways that you can farm a ton of gold. Okay, now the first way that you can use to actually get a load of gold is to actually scale up the mission difficulties that you're doing. So if you just want to play with friends and maybe you want to farm something else, like maybe you're farming reperk, maybe you're farming epic perk up, or something like that, you can still do that. But one thing that I would advise is actually upping the difficulty levels on the actual missions. Now, if you look at this example that we've got here, if you go to Ride the Lightning, what you'll find is you can actually bump up the difficulty, and I've done it here in 3 different stages. Now, if you look, the first time that I bump up the difficulty with just by 1, it gives me an extra 50 gold. Now, I would recommend just leaving that at 50 gold and just bumping it up by the 1. However, if you bump it up again, it goes up to 73, and then if you bump it up a 3rd time, then it goes up to 90. So you can see the increments are actually going up in smaller amounts each time. So it goes up by plus 50 on the first one, plus 23 on the second one, and then plus 17 on the 3rd one. And you can put another 4 blue glow in there, which we've not got in this video, but you can put another 4 in and the increment goes up again. But again, the increments get smaller and smaller and smaller. I would advise, probably for the difficulty compared to how long it's going to take you and everything else, just bump it up by 1, increase the difficulty by 1, and then run your mission as normal. 50 gold is nothing to be scoffed at. So if you're thinking, if you run, for example, 10 missions and you're getting 50 gold, an extra 50 gold off all 10, that's 500 gold extra that you might have missed out on. So think about your last 10 missions that you've done. Have you not increased the difficulty? Because if not, you potentially just lost out on 500 gold, which is massive when you're looking at all the stuff that you can get in the event store, and especially when it costs 2,800 or even more sometimes to actually get the best of the best heroes. Now the next method is SSDs, and this is the most common, and this is one, when you ask most players how to farm gold, they'll just say, just run SSDs. Now what you actually do, if you look on here, we go into the map, you go into Stonewood, for example. So if we just go over to, that's Plankton, if we just go over to Stonewood over here, go to this play with others marker down here, and you just set it to custom, and all you would do there is put that right down to the bottom. Make sure you know that you're in public. I'm in private right now, but make sure you're in public, put that right down to the bottom, launch that, and just fingers crossed that you get an SSD. Now the thing with that is you're not always going to get an SSD, so you're going to have a lot of times where you're jumping into missions, coming back out again, and depending what type of person you are, me personally, if I jump into a Ride the Lightning mission with a level 10, for example, or even lower, I'm not going to just leave that person there. I'm going to actually have to finish the mission. So for me, it becomes not really worth it, because I'm not going to get much gold from that. It's going to spend a lot of time, it's going to take time looking for them, and it's going to take a while. Now one thing that you can do, I mean, we've got a Discord, and a lot of people help each other out with SSDs in there. So what you do is you find a good Discord group. It could be the official Fortnite one, it could be ours, there's a link in the description down below, and what you do there, you can just ask people in there if they need help with SSDs, or just keep a lookout in the Discord, keep the Discord open, and just have a look in there who needs help with their SSD. And what you'll actually find is there that you'll get some mini llamas, and the mini llamas will actually contain anywhere between, usually we'll average it out, around 50 gold, call it, and then you can just keep doing it that way. And they're super fast because they're just SSDs. If you're someone like, who's power level 99 like we are, then all you do, just, use someone like the Reclaimer, Enforcer Grizzly, someone who's got a bear or turrets, or someone who's got a good wave clear skill, and just get the mission done in the shortest amount of time. Okay, and the third way, and what I think is the most reliable way, is to actually run encampments. Now, you can run these solo if you want. That's a good way to do it. Another way to do it would be to actually run it with a group of friends. If you know the people, even better. Like we've got in the footage here, we were running these, we run a couple of these, and we had these done in less than 10 minutes each time. It was so fast. If you got people, again, like Enforcer Grizzly, the Reclaimer, people who've got good wave clear, Master Grenadier, Dragon Scorch, you can get these done in no time at all. And what you'll find is you'll get between 80 and 100 gold for each one that you do. Again, it depends on what kind of level you're going on. If you go higher up, then you'll get more. If you want to do the Twine Peaks encampments, for example, you're going to get even more than that. You could get 6 done in an hour. I would say, so about an hour's worth of game time, you could get 6 done in an hour, and then you're looking at their 600 gold every hour, which is really, really quick. If if you're playing the game for, you know, if you just want to do that for 2 hours, just farming gold for 2 hours, that's 1,200 gold you're going to have got in just the 2 hours. Do you know, again, you want to double that up, you want to do that for 4 hours, next minute you're very, very close to actually buying a hero outright in just one sitting, one play session. I know some of you guys play a lot longer than 4 hours, so, you know, it's really easy to do in that sense. Gold's one of those things, it is going to take a grind. It is grinding for gold, you know, or farming for gold. It's going to take a bit of time. There's no super fast way to do it, but for me, the encampments are definitely the way forward, and I see lots of different ones. I was actually on Reddit last night looking at different ways, and all three methods were done. Some people said about going into the 4-player missions and bumping up the difficulty by 1. Other people were saying, you know, to just still do SSDs. SSDs are still the future. We've just tested them all out this morning. I still definitely think that encampments are the way to go. If you want to get a lot of gold and you want to amass it quick, if you've got a couple of hours spare, even if you've just got 2 hours to jump onto the game, then what you want to be doing there is get a group of friends together. Again, get into a Discord. You can use ours down below or use the official Fortnite one and just speed run some SSDs. They're dead easy to find. You can just look for the beams of light in the sky and just run to each encampment super fast, and you can have them done in no time at all. But guys, maybe you've got a faster way to actually get gold. Maybe you know something that I don't. Maybe there's a fourth method that I'm not sure of. But for me personally, if I'm trying to get gold, and obviously because I'm a YouTuber, there's a lot of different times when I'm going to need gold to do different reviews, like on the Ghost Pistol, you know, on the Last Word, on the Heroes, on Calamity, all these new things that are coming in. And we've got the Christmas event coming up. We're going to want a ton of gold for that as well. So what you actually want to be doing is farming the gold as much as what you possibly can. If you know a better way of doing it though, let me know in the comments down below. I would absolutely love to know. And again, I'm not the oracle on Fortnite Save the World. Maybe you don't agree with these. Maybe you believe that, you know, going into normal missions and bumping up the difficulty by 1, you know, maybe that's the future. I don't know. You let me know down below in the comments, because I would absolutely love to know. But guys, that's all we've got time for. So massive thanks for watching. If you're not part of the Litanah army already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a like as you leave, and I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching today, guys.